This is another manual-only episode of Saturn Archives. If you want to see the full LP of Virtual Hydlide, check it out on my channel through the links provided. Damn, what a cover. What more can one really say about this? It reminds me of the bygone era of when video game covers were just cool. You didn't get a whole much from them, and you didn't need to. It's just cool art. And you know what? It's a little cheesy, it's a little dated, but man, it's just cool. What's not to like about this? So let's dive right into the manual. Of course, I'm not going to go over every page, just the choice interesting ones. Well, the ones I deemed interesting. Of course, we need to know more about the Hydlide legend. Is it even pronounced Hydlide? I don't super know. I don't think anyone actually knows for sure. And if you do, shut up. Many souls are born blessed to enjoy life in the world of fantasy, the dream world. Surrounded by a warm glow, this ideal world is a garden of paradise, full of green trees and colorful flowers. Fluttering about this garden are small winged creatures we call fairies. Everyone thought this paradise would go on forever until one day total darkness fell upon the dream world. Then as suddenly as the darkness came, the evil Prince of Darkness, Varus, appeared. Prince Varus was determined to seal off the dream world's source of power, crystal energy, and thus sent his evil Black Knights to assassinate the guardian of the crystal energy, Princess Anne. To save her world, Princess Anne fought off the overwhelming troops of Black Knights for as long as she could, but even she was not powerful enough to defeat them. Desperate to save their princess, the Elder Fairy risked his own life and used the transformation spell as a last resort effort to save Princess Anne. In an instant, Princess Anne was transformed into 3 different fairies and disappeared into the empty sky above. Now that we're all caught up on what's happening in the game, we got an entire page boasting the unique features of Virtual Hydlide. Virtual Hydlide is a perfect 3D reproduction of the original. Damn, that's a strong word. The hit... Alright, sorry. The hit title, Hydlide, is back again, only this time in 3D. Even the monsters and the different worlds from the original are all back. From the angle of the lighting to the player's point of view to the realistic sounds, gamers alike will appreciate the realism of this title. Holy shit. Combination of real images and computer graphics to create realistic worlds. The geographical features, the texture mapping, and the monsters that prowl the surface were rendered using real-time calculations and high-performance workstations. To create the main character, images of a real person were taken in a studio to produce realistic movements throughout the game. Oh my god, this is brutal. Experience a new adventure every time. A first. Is this a first? For 3D type games, Virtual Hydlide contains a world create function that allows players to experience a new world each time a new game is started. With over 40 billion combinations, it's almost impossible to play the same game twice. However, for those who do want to play the same game again, just enter the code for that particular game. Plus, 2 or more people can play the same world by simply entering an identical code. And high scoring, which, again, unique feature. To make the game more enjoyable, a scoring system is now in place. Scoring will depend on several different factors: time taken to finish the game, the amount of gold pieces collected, the number of stages cleared, the degree of difficulty, and how the game ended. Challenge your friends and see who can make the high score Hall of Fame. Alright, so this is how we start the game, because the game doesn't walk you through anything, it just plops you right down in the middle of it, so thank goodness for this. However, when I did the LP, my copy didn't come with the manual, so this is all fresh information for me. If you watch that LP, understand that that was recorded years ago, and I didn't have any of this information. So tell me about how to start the game. Use the compass displayed in the lower right corner of the screen as a guide. The red arrow indicates the current direction you are facing, and the blue line indicates the direction of the area you need to go next. Use the compass and head towards the first area. To check your surroundings in detail, press the Y button. With the map displayed, you may also change the direction you are currently facing. which I hear is a pretty hot tip when it comes to doing speedruns. Now, battle action. Should you run into a monster, you may either choose to fight or escape. This monster doesn't appear to be too strong, so let's stand and fight. Press the C button to attack. At first, it may take a while to stand ready, but once ready, it is possible for your character to perform continuous attacks, defeat the monster, and move on. I find that phrased a little awkwardly, because it kind of implies you're playing the game and encountering this right away. And I mean, the screenshot there isn't all that great. I can't really tell what's happening in it. Another important thing that I don't remember if I discovered on my own or not is resting. If your character is taking a lot of hits, find a safe spot and stand still to let your HP recover. Your character will stand there with his arms folded. If you're in a fighting stance, ready, press X to stand down before resting. If you move, you will not recover your HP. Stand absolutely still. Arriving at your destination. Follow the compass and you will come upon a cemetery. There should be something hidden here. Fight off the zombies closing in on you and search the perimeter. You will find a strange tombstone. To investigate, stand in front of the tombstone and press the X button. Suddenly the tombstone comes crashing down and you find an item of great importance. Now the adventure begins. It hadn't begun yet, in case you were wondering. And then this thing just tells you a bit more about the whole create world randomly and create with code. It says during gameplay, code is displayed, inventory, view ranking. You can reproduce the same world if you just use the code. It kind of already told us about this, so I guess I forgot to take this page out. One thing I do want to mention though is if you want to play the exact game I did, the code is boobies, because we got nothing but mature content around here. This was a pretty interesting thing, not this entire page, but just the difference in difficulty, so I wanted to bring that up. On beginner, which of course is the way I played it, the complete auto map will be displayed as well as the indicator that directs you to your next destination. The compass also displays the direction of your next destination and the direction you are currently facing. Super handy, very accessible, perfect. Intermediate, however, an incomplete auto map will be displayed as well as the indicator that directs you to your next destination. The compass also displays the direction of your next destination and the direction you're currently facing. So, more of the same, except you don't get to see the whole map until you've walked over that spot. Expert. An incomplete auto map will be displayed, and unless you are nearby, nothing will be displayed indicating your next destination. The compass will display the direction you are currently facing. So it doesn't mention anything about making the enemies stronger, or the bosses harder or anything. It's pretty much just navigation. And is that really a test of skill? That's just kind of annoying and boring, especially with the way that everything could be different each time. Yeah, I'll pass on that. Then we have battle action. I wanted to bring this up because this was something I never wrapped my head around, really. So your character has 3 attacks he can use. Fast but weak, slow but powerful, and special. So fast but weak. Press the C button for a swift attack that will not do much damage to your enemy. This attack is excellent as a rapid-fire attack as well as to threaten enemies. Also use this attack when you would like to get in the first attack. Powerful but slow. Press B button for more powerful attacks that will cause more damage to your enemies. Your attack range is also wider. However, there will be a slight delay in between these attacks and your enemy may get a chance to attack you. And special attack. Press both the B and C buttons at the same time for a special attack. The type of attack that appears depends on the weapons you have currently equipped yourself with. These attacks may also require different techniques to be used effectively. So special attack was something I played for a while without knowing. And as far as the fast but weak and powerful but slow goes, I think I determined that there wasn't actually much difference between them. I could be wrong, of course, but from my observation it was pretty much based on the weapon, and it didn't really change anything. Now tell me how to game over. When your HP life reaches 0, the game's over. If you have a high ranking score, a registered name will appear. You can input your name, you got your maximum amount of letters, yada yada. And then you can continue your same game, which is kind of cool, I guess, because then it's like an autosave. There is a checkpointing system, but it's just kind of weird that it has like a countdown and like a rank. It's like an action adventure RPG, but we have these kind of arcadey elements, which I think adds its own little bit of charm to it. Now here are just a few of the items that you may find and their weight. Got your dagger, small sword, easy to use, can be thrown. However, if it is cursed, you cannot throw it. Then there's the dark sword, a magical sword that relies on black magic. Using its owner's reasoning powers, it can fire spheres of darkness. That was my third take reading that sentence, because man is it an awkward one. And then we got armor, because your character will change their appearance a couple times. Leather armor, very lightweight. I'm pretty sure that's what you start with. Plate armor, something you'll pick up a little later, made from iron plates, yada yada. And then you got the fairy armor, which isn't something you will just naturally find. I took a huge break at the midpoint of the LP, did a little research to figure out what I was doing, and that's how you actually unlock the fairy armor. You have to go out of your way and do some real BS. And of course we got your shields, dragon shield, dark shield. Well, very cool. Barely changes a thing because the shield's in front of the character, so you never really see it. Then rings, ring of life, restore your life, increase your healing, that's cool. Ring of power, pick up heavy stuff, ring of protection, increase your defense level. Those are all really good things to know. Then we have other useful items. Herb of Antidote, this herb contains enzymes that speed up your body's metabolism, recover your HP, stamina drink, recover lost HP, medicinal herb, of course, heal your poison, magic lamp that burns coconut oil to light up the way, scroll of judgment, mysterious scroll, which helps you identify items, because you can't just pick up an item, sometimes you gotta identify them. Spectacles of truth, I'm pretty sure that's a quest item, so I don't know why that, you'll just get that, it doesn't really matter. And then we got Introduction to Monsters, which is pretty cool. It doesn't include the bosses, however, which is a bit of a letdown, because I would have liked to know more about them. So we start off with the Jelly. This creature will be one of the first monsters you will encounter. Its attack powers are relatively low, so they aren't much of a threat to you. The Kobold are small creatures that travel around in packs. Unless you come close, they rarely notice your presence. Roper is fairly strong with moderate attack powers. Their tentacles contain a poison, so be on the alert. These tree creatures hate humans. Apparently nothing likes humans. Try and stay away from them and they won't bother you. Wasps have their nests high up in trees. If you shake a tree with a nest in it, a group of wasps will come down and attack you. That was actually a thing that normally you wouldn't encounter unless you knew how to look for the fairies to get the fairy armor, because a fairy is in a tree in a, of course, randomly generated location, and if you hit the wrong tree, the wasps just kill you. And then zombie, these disgusting creatures come crawling out of anywhere and use their rotting flesh as a weapon. And chances are, because that's like the first quest area, if you start near it, that might be the first enemy you encounter. So thanks for lying to me about the jelly. And we got a little bit of a strategy guide here in case you're a bit too dumb. I'll walk you through it because I'm pretty dumb myself. Much of the fun in playing an RPG such as Virtual Hydlide is the quest and adventure in exploring new places and solving the puzzles required to complete a level. We've included this section in the manual to help you get through the first two sections of the game. Once you've played the game for a while and are familiar with the design, you will enjoy solving the puzzles on your own. If you keep trying, you will more than likely succeed in your quest, but if you are stuck and cannot get any further, please check below. But please don't spoil the game for others. Give them a fair chance to complete the game on their own. Enough said. Here we go. Because everyone should just go balls deep into Virtual Hydlide without any warning and without any protection. Alright, so the first quest, of course, is to get to the cemetery. This is the first place in your journey that you should explore. Follow the compass in the lower right-hand corner of the screen. The blue line indicates which direction your arrow should point to reach the desired direction in Dream World. If you go in the right direction, you'll arrive in the cemetery. Be sure to look around carefully so that you'll find all of the gold-colored items. These items may be gold pieces, tools, weapons, or magic scrolls that may help you on your journey. Also, be sure to explore the large tombstones by getting close to them and using the action, or X button. If you look carefully, you will find valuable items hidden inside these monuments of the dead. If you get tired battling your enemies, you can regain your strength by taking a brief rest. Be careful of being attacked by zombies while you are napping. Which, I mean, you're just standing there with your arms crossed. That's not really napping. Once you have finished exploring the cemetery, you are ready to do battle with the vampire. Inside one of the tombstones, you will find a crucifix. Don't venture on until you get this valuable item. Because you must, I think, you must do all these things in order. Because all of them give you a thing that you need to do the next thing. The second quest, the Vampire's Castle. Completing the stage takes longer than your first quest because it's narrow and the frame rate is awful. Maybe it's worst. You should explore all the rooms in the castle to find more magical objects. Be careful, some of the objects may harm you. Using an unknown object may cause a curse to befall you. If you get lost or seem to keep exploring the same room, refer to the map by pressing the Y button. If you attempt to enter the vampire's lair, an unseen force will keep the door securely closed. Some of the rooms contain large green globes. Use the action button to activate the globes. When activated, the globes will glow and slowly flash with an eerie green light. Once you activate all the globes, they will flash quickly. You will be ready to battle the vampire, boss character. Now when you attempt to enter the vampire's lair, the mysterious force will be gone and the door will open. You will need to use the crucifix you found in the cemetery in order to defeat this formidable opponent. Keep striking him with your sword to defeat him. Be sure to keep up your defenses and get ready for your next quest. And that's it. If this sounded interesting to you, or if it didn't, and you just want to watch me suffer and dislike the game until I learn to love it, well, check out that LP. It's a full LP. It's like 14 parts, but I get through the entire thing. The game is beat. There's plenty of struggles to be had, but there's also plenty of fun to be had. I'll see you next time, and thanks for watching.